Hey family, and welcome back to I Love Me Me Me. So today's question of the day is, how do I react once the trust is broken? And this actually came from a previous video that I did during my December Vlogmas 2017, which was, can the trust be remended once it's broken? And of course I'll link that video in the description box below, as well as up above at some point, probably around the first minute or so. Anyway, of course you can go ahead and watch that video, of course, after this one, but this one is going to be very short today. I only have 3 tips for you today on what you can do, as far as how you, the person that the trust was broken against, should react. So the very first thing, we do not talk about this a lot here on my channel. However, everybody should know by now, or at least most of you, maybe you are new coming to my channel and you just don't know, I am a Christian. So of course my very first tip is for you to go ahead and pray to God and ask for guidance and ask for discernment. A lot of us, unfortunately, we kind of put God on the back burner, or we go to God last when we want these questions answered, basically as a last resort. And sometimes I really just have to let you guys know, sometimes God's put us in situations so we can cleave to Him. Now, I'm not saying that the trust should have been broken in the first place and now you're figuring out how you should actually react to it, because it all depends on what was broken and how you personally feel about that thing that was broken against you. So that's the thing. But God really does put us in situations sometimes to get us to lean closer to Him. So we just have to think about that. So go ahead. The very first thing again is to pray about your situation and ask for God's guidance, and then definitely be able to use the God-given discernment. So that's the very first thing. The next thing is to really, I want to say, don't say anything to your friends and family. However, I want to be realistic as well. A lot of times we just need to vent and get things off of our chest, and I absolutely understand that. I am no different. I am human too. But I really like for us to limit the amount of people that we bring into our relationships. So if you have 1 or 2, really I'm saying 1, but you know, sometimes we just need to get it out multiple times. A lot of times when we're doing this is because we want the other person's opinion, but also we want them to really agree with us, because we kind of already know what we need to do. And when it is something that is hard, that you notice you need to do, that's what you should be doing, that very hard thing. But anyway, a lot of times we just have a tendency to tell our friends and family about what's going on in our relationship, and then we have no idea why they don't like our partner, or why they always giving our partner all of this slack, and just every time they come around they're disrespectful or just being rude out of the blue. And you're thinking that it's out of the blue, but really your friends and family are holding on to all of that old stuff that you told them. So if you really could just depend on God or the universe, or whatever name insert there for yourself, if you really could depend on God first, then this could really alleviate number 2, which is the friends and family. But again, I get it. Sometimes we want to physically hear an answer back and not have to wait. And honestly, that gets us in trouble, that non-waiting, because if you know anything about my God, His timing is not our timing. Okay? His timing is not our timing. So that's the second thing that you have to do. Then when you go back to the person, hopefully you have not said anything, but I know that is a hard thing to do. The very, like, your initial reaction is what I'm speaking about. Hopefully you didn't say anything. You kind of just maybe looked at your partner and told them, you know what, I'll get back to you. But I know that that's most of the time that's not being realistic as much as I would like it to be. But the point is, when you do go back to them, base whatever you have to say to them off of the facts. Try your very best to keep your emotions out of it. And this really is going to help you see clear on what you need to do. And that way you are not reacting or trying to, you know, go key up the car, or put sugar in the tank, or, you know, all of this crazy stuff, or burn up clothes and pull a wait until exhale moment where you just really put all the clothes in the car and burn the car too. Like, that takes it too far. We really have to settle down, get control of our anger, get control of our fear, because we don't know what's going to happen next. Get control of all of that stuff. Get control of your emotions, and base your decision, base whatever you need to say to your spouse about based off of the facts, not off of your emotions. And women, I have to say, most of the time, this is for you. I know that we have some emotional men out there, but for the most part, this one is for the ladies to get your emotions in check. Men kind of do this pretty well. They do this pretty well already for the most part. Okay, you guys know that even if I said all, I don't mean all. You guys already know that. And then the last thing that I want you to do is to really, when it's time to actually have the talk, is to try to be as respectful as possible, so you can open up your ears and actually hear what your partner has to say. And hopefully your partner is going to be super truthful about why they broke the trust from the start. So these are some of the tips that I'm giving you today on how you should react the person that the trust was broken against. Now, definitely go ahead and let me know what you do, because most of us have gotten the trust broken at some point in our lives. So what did you actually do to pretty much simmer down the situation so you guys are not yelling and screaming and cussing at each other, if you were able to do that? I always love to hear what you guys have to say, of course. And so definitely give me thumbs up if you liked what I had to say. If this is your very first time here, do not forget to go ahead and hit the red subscribe button or the icon with my lovely face, because here at I Love Me Me Me, I am supplying you guys with all of the tips and tools in order to have happy, healthy, romantic relationships. Finally, let me just say that I did not say on my first couple videos, but just like in the month of December 2017, in the month of March 2018, I will have a playlist for all of the questions for this particular month. So yes, I will have the playlist up and running, and at the end of March it should be 31 videos in that playlist. And a lot of times, especially if you're new here, or if you have not, or if this is your very first video watching in this series, a lot of times you'll have a question and I might have already answered it for you. So definitely check out the playlist. And then, you know what, I'm just going to mention it briefly. March 15th, don't forget, I have 3 online courses that will be released. March 15th, start checking the description box below so you too can be a part of decreasing that divorce rate. And so, of course, I have 3 courses that will be released. One for my super single people, one for my people that are in the dating stages, and then finally those of you who are in long-term or marriages. I will see you guys again tomorrow. All right?